Back in August, 16-year-old Sevda Hussein was rebelling against everything.
People say my attitude stinks. By the end of the day, I love my attitude. It's who I am.
She does like to put on the impression that she's kind of tough and hard, but then she is.
I had a fight with that shopkeeper.
Yeah, so did I. He was like an arsehole. Everyone's got a guard up around here. Everyone. I had a fight in Wood Green, had a fight in Finsbury Park, everywhere, man. I can't remember half of them, to be honest.
Sevda dropped out of school without a single GCSE.
School was shit. It was shit. Hate school.
You've got no education, no nothing behind you, nothing.
I can't bother, Mum, to hear it
I
again.
can't bother because
it just does my head in.
She just doesn't care. It's just really something shading over her. She just doesn't care.
Over in Sussex, 17-year-old Andrew Harwood thought he was a rock star.
Average day. Wake up midday, after an hour or so, lying in bed, smoking a couple of drinks, head back to my girlfriend's house, start drinking, smoke, be up to like 5 in the morning. On average, that's a pretty good day.
Andrew was a promising student, but blew his education.
I can't even remember how many GCSEs I've got, like 3 or something. I wasted about 120 grand of my parents' money in private school.
With all the pain in my heart, I got to say that I feel disappointed. Highly disappointed.
Recently separated, Mum found it hard dealing with Andrew by herself.
It makes me feel like I have done a crappy job as a parent. I'm just terrified. As a parent, I'm facing something that is frightening me. He's not going anywhere. Masses of potential wasted.
The teens travel 5,000 miles to San Antonio, Texas, to live with the Frazies, a deeply religious family with deeply conservative beliefs.
When our children prove to be trustworthy, we give them more freedoms. When they prove to be untrustworthy, we take those freedoms and privileges away.
As we were approaching the house, it was me and Andrew were just so nervous. They're there. Oh my God. Home sweet home, joke. It was like, oh my God, this is really happening.
Just seeing them there, like, I swear I was having a panic attack. Like, I don't think my heart's ever gone that fast in my life as we were just pulling up.
I'm Rosie. Hello.
And I'm Randy.
Hi, Randy.
And we're the mom and dad of the family.
Nice to meet you.
Andrew, nice to meet you. Welcome to Texas.
Right from the off, the Frazies made clear what was important to them.
If you're going to look at any of them as the biggest of all, this next one is really it. It's not just lying, it's trust. Trust is the ace for us.
The Frazies and trust, oh my God.
If you're trustworthy, you get more privileges. If you prove to be untrustworthy, then you'll see that other side of us where, for your sake, we're buckling down.
But their key rule fell on deaf ears.
Roseanne was come to check my room. She looked in all the wrong places and I was just smiling at her like, you idiot.
But trying to smoke her secret stash did not go well.
There's a cigarette in there, I'm assuming.
No, I need to go toilet.
Okay, we have a bathroom right over here. No,
Sevda? No, I need to toilet.
Get off me, bro. What are you doing? What are you doing? We have another bathroom. Why are you touching me for?
I thought, what? Like, do you know what? Forget this, man. Forget it. Like, I can't do it anymore.
We have another bathroom.
Why are you touching me for? I'm going home, bruv. I kind of lost my temper a bit. If I hadn't moved from her, I would have hit her or something. Fucking dog, man. I'm going home. Are you dumb? How about putting your hands on me? Are you stupid? Stupid. Dickhead. Don't even film me, bruv. Seriously. Yeah, I had a really bad attitude that day. Like, thinking of it now, I'm kind of embarrassed because no one respects that Sevda. No, why are you coming here for? Go away!
When you are ready
Piss
to
off.
talk like an
Piss
adult.
I was just thinking, oh my God, she wants me to come in the house and lock me in my room forever. That's what I thought. I should have listened to her though. I think it was from like 3 o'clock till about 10 o'clock at night, I laid on their lawn and I would not go in that house. Go away, let me sleep. But I knew that this can't go on. I either go home, yeah, and fail, and I'm not going to be a failure, or I go in there and I apologise. And as stubborn as I was, I got up and I walked in that house. My legs were literally shaking and I was gritting my teeth going, Sevda, what are you doing? Where is your pride? And I was breathing. So I goes, hi, Roseanne, Randy, can I talk to you, please? Sorry.
For what? What do you think you did wrong?
I lost my temper.
You did. I accept your apology.
I'm so stubborn, but I dropped my stubbornness. I really did, just so I wouldn't fail. And that's one thing about the Phrases. If you apologise and talk to them, your point comes across more.
We care about you. We are going to walk with you, and we expect for you to make mistakes and start over again. That's called forgiveness.
I was really happy after that. I was so grateful.
For Andrew, his Texan experience hit home in a very different way.
Welcome to Prospect Courtyard.
The Phrases' plan was to make Andrew see just how privileged he was and to stop him being so self-absorbed.
This is a facility where we bring people in that are traditionally sleep under the bridge, out in the parks. There are some dangerous individuals, so you do have to be careful.
First time I went to Haven for Hope, like, I didn't like it at all.
People, but you can't get anything.
I don't mean to sound like a pompous, stuck-up little dick, but I despise seeing humans in that sort of condition and state. So I found it sort of horrible, if I'm honest. They don't have anything in their eyes. There's no spark. There's no life. You can't see any hope.
A lot of what you see is fear. Other people are not going to do anything about it. That's why we're here.
I don't know if I can do it. At first, my attitude towards the homeless people was, like, I was really closed-minded, but gradually, like, I had to do the whole, actually, like, confronting them and talking to them bit, which I hated. Like, that's the bit which I couldn't do.
When I was where you come from, it's the same way. Homeless people, really? You're gonna, hey, let me get $1. Man, get a job, bro. When you hit that level that they're on, there's no more looking down. It's like, wow, you know what? I got a whole newfound respect for all these individuals, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Hell yeah. Hey, man, it was cool meeting you. Yeah, it's good.
It really, really, like, changed my opinion in the end, like, because I finally got to hear, like, why they were there and, like, their circumstances. It makes me realise how much of a little fucking prick I've been. The money I wasted on the school could have bought these people a fucking house.
You have made some huge progress, my friend.
Thank you.
All right, man.
I'm proud of you. It just sort of changed my mind again on so many points, like, and so many things that I was doing wrong towards, like, my whole family and, like, my parents and stuff.
For both Andrew and Sevda, the Phrases helped open their eyes to a different way of life.
We will miss you guys. It's been an honor to have you in our home, and we want you to live life to the fullest with everything you have in you, okay? All right.
I was really sad to leave the Phrases. They were so kind and caring. It's just something you don't really get these days.
They got the biggest heart of gold. I swear to God.
Bye!
Bye!
Two months later, and Sevda's life is looking very different.
I'm in college now, studying catering, hospitality. I love it. I love everyone in my class. They're wonderful. So I'm going to be successful. And college is the start of it. It really is.
I'm delighted she's at college. Her eyes have just been opened to the fact that there's more to life than Sevda.
I made a risotto yesterday at college.
And the day before, you made it mushroom soup, was it?
Yeah. I might go for red instead, I'm not really sure. There's so much more respect there. Like, me and Mum get along so much better now, and yeah, it's all right, you know.
Home life now is a lot more relaxed. You're not walking around on eggshells with her. You know, you're a lot more, you come in and, hi, Sev, you know, what you done today? And, you know, normality, whereas before it'd just been, oh, God, what kind of a mood is she in? Or is she even up? Sev, can you take that washing out in a minute and just put it in the dryer for me?
Yeah. I ain't got attitude all the time now. I'm more softer, I'm more like considerate to people's feelings.
I cannot thank the Frazee family enough for what they've done. They've sent me back a new girl and my heart is with you. Thank you so much.
People might think, oh, I said that, no, you're not going to do it. Watch, please watch. I've never been so determined in my life, man.
For Andrew, there have been changes as well.
At college this year, I'm hoping that I'm going to get onto the courses I applied for, and I've also applied to redo my GCSEs. I want to be able to actually have high enough grades so that when I do eventually go to uni, I'll get in with no problem. I've definitely managed to get over the guilt that I had about messing up my education. It was just unnecessary baggage and it was just holding me down.
I think he had the opportunity to reevaluate his life. He understood finally that without an education you cannot move forward.
I've also changed in terms of how I help around the house and stuff, cleaning my room and actually just being less of an arse.
Before he was a couch potato. And all he wanted is, Mom, take me here, take me there, give me money, that's it. He's more considerate. He put more thought in what he says and what he does.
We don't argue now, which is a really, really weird thing after 9 years of straight arguing.
Oh, that's my son, he's doing.
It's gonna be good. I just know it is.
Nine months ago, 19-year-old Wes McGillian spent every weekend searching out his next conquest.
The plan is going out, having a good time, and then see what's knocking about. Even if it's a pull, not even a shag, it's just good enough.
But busy with his playboy lifestyle, Wes was ignoring big news at home.
My ex-girlfriend is now pregnant with my child. She told me on the computer, on Facebook.
He was refusing to take on the responsibility of becoming a father.
What I'm doing about the baby is nothing. I just don't want to think about it.
His mum was at her wit's end.
Because you've got to plan.
Plan what?
Plan, you've got to save, you've got to buy cots, you've got to buy prams.
Now, how can I do that, man?
You're going to have to get a part-time job because you're going to have to work extra hard. As parents, Wesley, that's what you have to do in life. Every child should have the dad around them and be in their life 24/7, basically. And that's why I really want to push it for Wesley to think about his responsibility to his baby. I don't want him to be like a part-time dad.
Everyone in Brighton is just high on life.
At the same time, 16-year-old Tamsin Carruthers Cole had a broken relationship with her family.
I have a life at home and then a different life outside my home. And this is all secret.
Her party lifestyle was starting to get out of control.
I've tried a lot of drugs. Everything, really.
I don't know what goes on in her social life or what kind of peer pressure there is. So, of course, I worry as a parent.
She's very beautiful, 16-year-old, pain in the arse.
But Mum and Dad didn't know how to reach her and were becoming scared they might lose their daughter.
She's dropped out of college. I mean, she's not doing anything. You know, we'd always done music, for example. All those things went out the window. Most of her problems are because she doesn't say what she's really feeling, it just comes out as anger.
The teens were sent 3,000 miles away to America's East Coast, where they'd stay with the local Lavelle family. Joe and Scott had been together for 19 years and have a straight-talking approach to parenting.
Am I friends with my children? No, I'm not your friend, I'm your parent.
Joe and Scott adopt and foster kids who would otherwise live in state-run children's homes.
Most of the children that come to us from a background that is somehow damaged, and I think it's important to have an open, honest line of communication between parent and child.
When the teens touched down, they had no idea what to expect.
The opportunity to go to America is like 1 in a million, so if I had to grab it, and it's just crazy how different it is. I had it in my head that it's going to be a cult. I thought they're going to be over-the-top religious people. And then two gay men stood there waiting for us. And I was shocked.
Hello, how do you do? I guess you probably didn't expect this.
No, I didn't. I'm Wes.
Hi, Wes.
Hi, I'm Tamsin.
It's like the one thing you don't think is that you're going to be staying with two men without a mum. And then we went inside and it was all boys. It was kind of like even more of a shock, so I was like the only girl.
But shock quickly turned to anger as soon as they were asked to comply with the first house rule.
Have you ever been asked to take any kind of a drug test?
No.
No? How about you?
No.
Well, you're going to today because every child that comes into this house is drug tested.
Walking into someone's house for the first time and then you're greeted with like to piss in a pot for a drug test. It was like you've been accused of something that you haven't done.
I wasn't expecting to have to do a drugs test. Definitely wasn't expecting that. I just thought they were a bit crazy.
We're trying to prevent something from happening.
Personally, I don't really want to do it because I don't want my mum knowing anything.
This is our rule. If you're going to cop an attitude about it, forget it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's not just you. It's
I just really didn't want to do it, and it just made me really angry, the fact that I had to do it, and I just got quite pissed off, really.
Scott and Joe insisted on the test as a way of making Tamsin reveal the truth about her drug taking.
Then I think that I don't know how I can make it any clearer to you.
Their persistence paid off, but it revealed more than they'd anticipated.
No, I'll just admit it, yeah. I've had a major drugs problem. I've been addicted to drugs, and I'm not proud of it at all, and I don't want anyone to know, but it's too late now.
I find it really hard to, speak about drugs to them because I've never really been open with, an adult about it before, and it was something that I was really ashamed of.
What have you experimented with?
Meow, which is the drug that I've had been doing.
Have you ever sat your mother down?
I've spoken to her about
and
it,
said,
yeah, but...
in a calm, rational fashion, or did you yell?
I cried.
Okay.
Opening up for the first time was the first step on the road to recovery for Tamsin.
You're gonna figure out the answers.
I knew that if I could say it to them, who I'd only just met, I could tell my mum, which kind of made me feel a lot happier because it's something that's needed to be done because it's just too many secrets.
While Tamsin began to wrestle her demons, it was time for work-shy Wes to get a wake-up call to the real world.
I'm Wesley. I've never worked, really, so...
You never worked?
Nah.
Really? What, are you rich?
No. I was thinking, it's going to be a holiday. I'm in America, I'm going to do all these things. And then to send me to work, it was a bit pissed off. I've never worked in a restaurant before. So it's like, what can I do? I didn't float.
But Wes persisted and was amazed to discover that working can actually be quite fulfilling.
There you go, sir.
You're doing a fine job.
Cheers, thank you. Thanks. To be working hard and trying to show that, you can do it. I felt like I achieved something. There you go.
Thank you.
There you go. Can I enjoy?
Thank you.
I hope the experience was good for you.
Yeah, I've loved it, every minute of it.
Your wages?
Oh, thanks very much. Getting that envelope full of money, it was like I got that. Not just ask my mum or my mates for a bit of money. It felt really good.
Following his success at the diner, the time had come for Wes to face up to his impending fatherhood and admit his big secret to the dads.
I'm gonna be a dad.
You're gonna be a dad?
Yeah. I was scared, to be honest, because I didn't know how they were gonna take it, because obviously they've got, foster kids. Very daunting.
I can't imagine a bigger responsibility than being a father to someone.
I know, but I feel like at this age that I shouldn't have any responsibilities, because I can't even look after myself, so let alone a kid. Yeah. Joe was basically like my rock out there. He was the one helping me out and talking through things with me and making me realise this is what I have to do. And it was my dad out there. He just talked to me. Instead of talking at me, he just talked to me. Yeah.
But Joe did more than talk. He wanted to give Wes a sense of the joy parenting can bring.
Hello.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Andrea. I actually asked you to come over so you can help me with my son.
I was nervous as hell and because I've never done it before, and to be looking after someone else's kid and you have their life in your hands, and it was scary. Look at that. Chicks dig me. Yeah. Everyone's too busy saying you need to get a job and you need to do this. And they never like said, you know, you're gonna absolutely love the time you'll spend like with your daughter and like how much you're gonna love him. I felt guilty as well, I felt bad. My attitude towards being a dad was so bad. Meeting Trey was the turning point. Just the enjoyment I had just spending time with him, and then I thought to myself, this is what I'll be doing with my daughter, and then but I will love my daughter, and just seeing her smile and just playing with her just would make me feel 100 times better. I just want to do the best I can. Be a good dad.
As the week drew to a close, Tamsin continued to open up to Scott about her problems at home.
I really trusted him and found it easy to talk to him just because he really opened up to me.
My childhood was different, a lot different than yours. I was adopted, badly treated.
He made me feel I could only learn from my mistakes and that he just wanted to help me and wanted me to have a good relationship with my mum because he hadn't had that. Well, I think I got a lot out of talking about like family stuff with Scott. Just like made me realise a lot more like I should open up about things. I shouldn't keep them bottled up.
But with the teens about to return to England, Scott had a surprise proposal for Tamsin.
How would you feel about staying here for a couple more weeks with me?
I'd love to.
Would you?
Yeah.
We would love to have you stay.
It was a first for world's strictest parents, a British teenager actually wanting rules.
I didn't even think twice about saying yes when Scott asked me to stay because I was really benefiting from it and was becoming a lot happier just by talking about things, and I knew that spending more time with Scott would like make me a lot happier and make things at home work a lot more.
Good boy.
Thank you. And you're brilliant dads. You're absolutely brilliant dads.
And you know what? You're going to be a brilliant dad too.
I didn't want to leave, like, because I wasn't expecting to get close with the family, but I got attached to them all, and it was hard to leave him.
"5 months on, and Wes is the father of a 2-month-old baby girl.
You really cannot describe the feeling you get when you first hold your child. Oh, it was brilliant. That's amazing feeling.
He absolutely bonded with her from the minute seeing her. I mean, he talks about her all the time. I actually catch him looking at photographs of her when he's not seeing her. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Being on the show, like, definitely changed the way I was going about things, and it made me want to be like a better dad and a better person.
Wes now sees his little girl regularly and is determined to stay involved with her life.
The way Joe was with me, and then seeing the way he was with his kids, like, I wanted to be like a dad like Joe. I could be here now, like, not even involved in my daughter's life, and that would have been a stupid move to do.
But I just knock off to sleep now.
Over in Sussex, did 3 weeks with the gay dads make a lasting impression on Tamsin?
It definitely was life-changing, staying with Scott and Joe, because I'm so much happier now and I have so much better relationship with my mum and my dad and my sister. Before, me and my mum couldn't talk, and now me and my mum talk about a lot. It's quite nice to actually have a relationship with her that isn't screaming at each other.
Tamsin's definitely happier. She's just the Tamsin we used to know that got kind of disappeared, and now she's come back. She's a really sweet person and really caring and lovely. If she stays on the road she's on, the sky's the limit.
I'm really, really glad that I went, and I met some amazing people who I hopefully will stay in contact with all my life.
"8 months ago, Nikki was terrorising her local community.
Nicola is an absolute nightmare child. She's uncontrollable, she doesn't do as she's told.
I live how I want to live. I party how I want to party.
But when Nikki drank, she'd show a darker side.
Oh my God, look who it is! Look who it is! That's the girl into Fighting Cottage.
I'm worried about Nikki when she goes out drinking. Her temper does flare up and she does show a very ugly side.
Yeah, you walk right, I'll get you in college.
If someone pisses me off, I'm having them. It doesn't matter what they've done or haven't done, I'm going for them. Yeah, I went to anger management and got kicked out of anger management for being angry.
Meanwhile, in Essex, 18-year-old Jerry McVeigh was living a wag's lifestyle.
Just when I happen to come across a footballer and have a Bentley and a Range Rover, I'd love that. Just go shopping, wake up, here, here's 60 grand to go and spend. You just go spend it, wouldn't you? Going Harrods and that.
I do think that Jerry is trying to live a celebrity lifestyle before earning the right to do so.
She refused to get a job and sponged money off her parents to finance her self-indulgent lifestyle.
Dad, can I have an extra tenner? Please, Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks. If I don't get my own way, I'll go mad. It makes me really, really angry. It just gets on my nerves because I think, oh, I just want to scream.
I think it's important that Jerry changes and changes now. And I think if she learns that you have to work hard, I think it would make her a better person.
The teens were sent halfway around the world to Sri Lanka to stay with the Buddhist De Silva family.
It is important not to spoil your children because from there stems all evil.
The De Silvas threw materialistic Jerry in at the deep end when they asked her to help distribute food to the city's poor.
They give him, just take a packet and give him.
Oh my God, I've never been so scared in my life. I got out of this van and they all started running towards me. I just lost the plot. I was like, oh, get me away from them. I was calling them tramps and all sorts. I feel quite bad actually, but I thought that's so bad. Like, I just hated it. I just wanted to go.
The De Silva's plan was to confront her selfish ways head on.
I felt like they was just these animals, just trying. I don't know. I didn't like it at all.
Maybe he hasn't eaten for 4 days. We don't know.
I think I was very narrow-minded with the things I was saying. I'm not one to show sympathy anyway. Like, I don't know, I'm quite a hard person. Now, when I look back, I do think, oh, I do feel a bit sorry for them because they've got nothing, and I've got everything, and they've got nothing.
But at the time, Jerry wasn't interested in doing anything for anyone, no matter how much help they needed.
As soon as I saw that sign, when it said, like, disability home, I was like, oh my God. I just had the What? What's she doing? I think tears even come in my eyes because I thought I can't do it, and she's making me do something that I can't do. It's like if someone can't swim and they're getting chucked in a swimming pool, and like it's horrible. I was just so scared. I was just like, just leave me alone. I just wanted to go home.
Back at the house, Nikki was expressing her usual angry self.
The family, they were right at first, but as soon as they told me the rules, I felt like screwing. I actually did.
First, you have to give your cigarettes to us.
No. No fucking way. If I pay for them,
please
then
mind your language, Nikki.
No, Nikki.
Yeah, but you're winding me up.
To me, you're my two daughters, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you was my mum, I'd tell you to fuck off.
No, we don't tolerate that kind of language.
Didn't get along with Brindley. Clashed with him. To me, I just thought, well, really, you can't really tell me what to do. But it didn't work that way, did it?
But Nikki did put up a good fight, and the early starts fueled the anger within.
Warm milk at 5 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't do all that, do you know what I mean? At least put a tea bag in it. I would have been a bit more happier, but still.
I'll just keep it here.
No, just take it away.
I told you this attitude has to stop.
Oh my God, are you like on smack or something? Someone called me a crackhead. I don't know what I would have done, I would have gone mental. But Brindley, he handled it quite well, to be honest.
Nikki.
Will you move?
No, sorry, Nikki.
No, will you move? Don't grab me.
No, I want you to look at me. Nikki, I won't touch you. If she cannot change her attitude, she doesn't come back into this house.
But Dad Brindley wouldn't give up on Nikki. His relentless kindness started to make her see things from another point of view.
It did give me a lot of respect for him because he was like, no, I don't care who you are, what background you come from. This is my house, my rules. If you want to learn, you learn. Do you know what I mean? He did stick to his gun. It kind of shocked me because not a lot of people do that.
But Nikki had yet to meet the man who would bring her inner peace.
Really bad. Like, when it comes up, that's it. I can't control it.
All right. You get angry.
Yes, very angry. 80% of the day I'm angry. 20%.
80% of the time you're angry.
Yeah, and it's really hard to control that.
Yeah.
It scares me sometimes.
Nikki was shown how to meditate as a way of controlling her anger.
So what we do is just feel at home, sitting here now. Then we close the eyes gently. Relax.
I never thought it'd work because I've never found anything really to relax me. It was like scary in a way because it's like, wow, you've actually just like made me calm and relaxed and quite happy. And not a lot of people can do that.
A week of seeing the lives of those less fortunate than herself began to soften Jerry's attitudes. But the De Silva family had a final hurdle for her to overcome: returning to the care home.
I'm right shaking. When I did actually do something, I thought, oh my God, I've just done something for someone else and I've made them happy, you know? I didn't really think about that. I was selfish and just so narrow-minded. I didn't think about anything else apart from what I'm doing with my life, myself. I didn't think about anything else. Really? Guess what? We've made you something. How's it? Come sit.
God. Thank you.
Yeah, looking back, Manly and Brinley, their approach to life is absolutely amazing, you know? Just to make you realise that you do get something out of giving. Like, it ain't always about taking. I'm glad I've done it. It's such a good experience and it feels like a relief that I've done something good out of something that started off really quite negative.
Back home, Jerry has brought a different perspective to Essex.
For some reason, I've become more calmer about the way I feel about certain situations. I mean, like, if my mum goes to work and that, I'll just do some washing or do some ironing, you know?
I think our relationship has definitely improved. We've both got a lot closer since she's been away.
Yeah, I haven't been less selfish. I look at things from other people's point of view instead of my own all the time now. It's just changed the whole way I look at life. If I haven't got it, you know? I've got me undies, me pick-me pants. Oh no, I still tap my dad up for cash sometimes, but not as much as I used to.
As soon as Nikki got home, she made up with her mum.
I didn't have to forgive my mum. I wanted to forgive my mum. Instead of carrying on the fights and that. And now, we don't argue at all. Don't even bicker.
Nikki's raging temper has been calmed by the meditation techniques she learnt in Sri Lanka.
I'm glad I went to the monk. It was like a miracle.
My relationship with Nikki since she's come back has really improved. It's like a ray of light coming in the house now. She's not argumentative anymore. She doesn't fight with her sister anymore. She's become the little Nikki I used to know when she was younger.
Mum, I love you.
And I'm happy that I'm your mother.
It's a mother and daughter relationship, how it should be. Happy, loving, caring. It's good. It's good. It's a good feeling.
Eight months ago, Nathan Balance thought he was living the dream.
My lifestyle is playing Xbox, getting hammered and having sex.
What are you doing later on still?
I don't know.
But his mum had had enough.
Can you shut up? I'm trying to play.
Nathan is not a little shit, he's a big shit.
Nathan dropped out of school aged 14, had no qualifications and was going nowhere fast.
I don't really see the point in getting a job because if you want to enjoy your life, there's no point in getting one.
Something had to change.
He'll tell me how much he hates me, how useless I am, how it's all my fault. As it stands at the moment, Nathan's future holds absolutely nothing.
On the other side of the country, 17-year-old Nicole Benham was treating her mum like a cash machine.
No cigarettes.
It's fine! Let's snatch, Nicole, for God's sake!
She's lazy, she's obnoxious. She's just turned into a brat.
Nicole was living with her grandparents, but even they were sick of her selfish attitude.
She's just so lazy. She won't get up. She's smoking. I don't know if she's doing drugs. She just rebels against anything. She's really got to grow up and realise what you put in, you get out, and she's not putting stuff in at the moment.
The teens were sent here, Barbados, home to millionaires, luxury resorts, and the Harris family.
We would describe ourselves as strict but fair parents. Our family believes in discipline. We believe in our children trying to live to the highest of their potential.
As soon as you see the country, you can't help but smile and be quite happy about it. It's just beautiful.
I was really happy that I was going to Barbados because my experience with Caribbean people is that they're so laid back they might fall over.
Tragically for the teens, any thoughts of a Caribbean holiday were quickly dashed.
Okay, come on in, welcome. Come on in.
Good night.
Good night. Just to let you all know, there's no smoking.
So if you have any cigarettes, you have to hand them over now.
I'm sorry, but that's not going to happen. I can't go 8 days without smoking. It was just so full-on, straight away. They just drop everything on you as soon as you walk in the door.
They went straight in, like, with guns blazing and stuff, just went straight into us. They, like, hand over all this stuff. Really stern. It was quite intimidating.
Nathan, if you don't hand over your cigarettes right now, you can take your journey back to the door.
Does me.
Okay.
That's fucking smoking.
And it planted a seed in your mind. They are buggers. So that's when I sort of set off and I thought, fine, I'm going to be myself. I'm not going to be nice or anything.
Nathan was the first to get a taste of the battles ahead.
We will go with what we want. And right now the situation is we have decided there will be no more smoking.
First night I was there, it did shock me because every other time I've argued with someone, they've always backed down because I am very stubborn. Well, I'm sorry, I am 16, I am legally classed an adult, I'm old enough.
You are not in the UK, you are in Barbados.
But they just did not back down and they stuck to their guns.
And you are an adult at 18 years old, my man, not at 16. So you don't tell me nothing, but you are legally no adult. You are not an adult here.
No.
I thought the full family was just out of their mind.
The next day, it was Nicole who learned a few lessons about Caribbean discipline after Mum Andrea discovered she'd blatantly ignored the simple rules.
She wore the trousers in the relationship. She was the disciplinarian and that she was the one to watch out for, not Kenrick. Kenrick was nothing.
Oh, look at me, world. I'm 17. I can smoke. I can drink. I can do what I want. But still, you cannot take no advice from nobody.
I just don't like people being in my personal space either. And she was like there. I was like, oh my goodness, need to get out.
I told you already this morning. I told you this morning.
I found it actually really funny at the time and I still do.
Fuck off! Fuck you! Seriously. You are a woman, stand your ground. You cuss at me, stand your ground. Huh? Stand your ground.
I was very rude. I'm not going to deny that. My rudeness is unbelievably disgusting. Their way of showing their authority and commanding respect, in a sense, is completely different to anything I'm used to.
To begin with, the Harrises' rigid enforcement of the rules made the teens even more defiant. School did not go well.
For the young lady, are you wearing eye makeup? You know, have to go and wash it off. We don't allow makeup here at school.
I'm not staying here. You have to take my makeup off. No, I'm fucking running away. I'm being serious.
And that's exactly what they did. For Mr. Harris, this was the last straw.
We have sacrificed so much for the two of you. But then to have both of you decided to leave the school compound. Some of those same teachers taught me, and I have respect for those people. But the two of you all aren't showing any respect for us.
If you both don't appreciate it, leave this house.
But this last act of rebellion was what started to tip the scales of change for Nicole.
When I was out there, I ran away a lot. I ran away from every problem because it's what I've always done. I've always run away from serious things. It's just stupid. It makes me realise how pathetic I was. Stupid behaviour you'd expect from like an 11-year-old or something, not nearly 18-year-old. Ridiculous. I've had like about a couple of hours away from them. It just made me think, like the parasite letters, it just made me think about my actions and as a whole. I do this all the time to my family, on a weekly occurrence basically, all the time. And it honestly made me think of that, and it just made me think this has got to stop. I really wanted to show my gratitude for them having me and to apologise for my disgusting behaviour. I really wanted to, and I really meant it as well. I really am sorry for what I have done.
We have heard you. We accept your apology. All right?
I really am. Thank you. It opened my eyes to who I really am as a person, what I have been doing wrong, and that I needed to make a change.
Nathan never fully recovered his relationship with the Harris family.
Just fuck off and leave me alone.
But inspiration did come from an unexpected source. His first ever day's work.
Just push it and you see the tall grass? Yeah. Just push over it.
Working alongside with Orlando was actually really good. He's a really nice person. Instead of him just going on about his beliefs, he sat and looked at it from my point of view, especially with the drugs and stuff and why I did them.
The notion of just wanting to smoke and chill, you know, is really a no-go, because at the end of the day, you are here to be productive.
He's the only person that actually managed to get through to me the full week. He said it was wrong to do it, but he could understand why we did it. Because instead of saying we have to stop it and stuff like that, he said, when you get back to the UK, yeah, you can just cut down on it, stop doing it as often, and after a while, you can stop it.
And if there's one impression that I would want to leave with you, be a positive influence to yourself. God bless, and
take care of yourself.
All the best when you go back. All right?
And I started, like, taking drugs and stuff like that, just to mainly escape reality, and he understood that.
With the week finally over, it was time for the teens to return home.
Thank you for everything. At the end of the week, I had such a huge amount of respect for them because I saw them in a completely different light.
Three months on, and Nicole's experience with the Harrises has made her want to fix broken relationships.
Okay, job done.
It's going to take a long time to build up my relationship back with my parentals, all of them. I've got to work hard at college, I've got to prove to them that I can do it. When it comes to the future, I am excited about the future, whereas before I was dreading it. I was like, oh no. My complete outlook on life has changed 100%.
Up in Hull, Nathan has also brought some lessons home with him.
Ever since I've come back, we've gotten a lot closer. We spend a lot more time talking. It's such a family-orientated place over there. They do a lot together, like they all sit down and eat tea together. They spend a lot of time talking. And I start thinking, why can't I have a relationship like that with my mum?
Before Barbados, I was losing the child I saw as my son. I couldn't see a future for him how he was, whereas now, I've got that nice kid back.
When my mum's got days off, we might just pop out into town or something and just go look around shops. It's much more of a family atmosphere. My final thoughts on them is, I still think they're absolutely stark bullet crazy. They're lovely people, but I wouldn't like to go live with them again.
Last August, 16-year-old Rosie Hind was an unstoppable party animal.
Right now, it's like just sort of like my time to go crazy, really. And like, no one's going to stop me from doing it.
She does like to rip the backside out of things. You know, if she's drunk, she's not just a little bit drunk, she's paralytic.
Just know what it is, because it's a definite 100% no.
At home, Rosie's temper had left Mum powerless to control her.
She's either lovely or she's vile.
Put that down!
It probably is quite hard to say no to me. That's probably why I get away with so much.
Rosie was destroying her future.
It can't go on like this. Otherwise, she is going to have huge problems and she's going to ruin the rest of her life.
Just stop talking to me like I'm a child, because I'm not.
You are my child,
Yeah, but
Nicholas.
I'm not a child, though.
But you are
I'm 18
my
years
child.
old.
But
I am
yeah, but
18 years old.
Nick Barrientos was behaving more like a boy than a man.
He's not growing up.
No.
He's a spoiled brat.
I hate being told what to do. Not even the Queen of England can tell me what to do.
Nick had left school but had no intention of getting a job.
Hard labour is just scary. I can't handle a full-time job. Can I have some money? Please?
We have so many arguments. When he's around, it's like he's not here.
I don't like being at home, period. Straight up. I don't like being at home.
He needs to sort his life out. He is lost. He is absolutely lost.
Nick and Rosie were sent 4,000 miles away to the sun-kissed island of Puerto Rico, home to the Hill family.
Being a parent is not a popularity contest.
I can try now. Put some back into it.
We're firm, we have high expectations, we want only the best for our children.
I thought that the trip to Puerto Rico was going to be like a holiday, but boy was I wrong.
Driving to the house and all I could see was just this jungle either side of me, and I was thinking, oh my God, what have I done?
Hello, welcome. How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to see you. Hi, how are you?
I'm Rosie.
Nick, Rosie.
Within minutes of their arrival, Rosie and Nick's worst fears were confirmed when the Hills presented the rules.
We don't tolerate laziness. We kind of live by a rule that if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat.
The whole time I was thinking, these guys are just going to fail. Like, I'm stubborn, Rosie's stubborn. There's no way we're following any of these rules, especially not the no smoking rule.
Let me expand that a little bit. The more you resist, the more we're going to push.
I was just thinking you're an absolute twat. I was like, don't want to be with this person for any longer.
With the battle lines drawn, the teens began a campaign of fearsome resistance.
That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking heard in my life, man.
Hate him.
I think he was just like really, really angry at that point that we were smoking. We broke the rule that quick. And we just had no regard for any of his authority whatsoever.
You guys have already decided to disrespect him.
No, but the thing is...
Respect has to be earned.
I'm 18 years old, 18. I am legally allowed to smoke this.
Sensing there would be bigger battles to fight, Mr. Hill was prepared to compromise.
You will not smoke inside of the house.
Fair enough.
Every other rule will be respected and tolerated.
But the uneasy truce ended an all-out war when Ed found out the kids had been excluded from school.
And not 2 periods went by that they've already been kicked out of school. And there's no privileges. It's over. They get nothing. Sick of this already.
He just didn't say a word, and that's when I was like, are you angry? Are you mad? Do you want to get mad? No, just being a complete wind-up. I just thought it was funny.
In the face of her punishment, Rosie decided she'd had enough and it was time to head home.
I don't want to be with these people. I don't like them. They're nothing to me.
How can you actually do this?
I don't know. I'm not saying this. She's talking. They wouldn't let me go, so I thought the only way I'm going to get to go is if I get kicked out. So I was just trying everything. Open the gate!
Rosie just switched and she went mad at Ed.
Open the gate! I'm going to trash your house until you open the gate. He just ignored me. That just winds you up even more because you just want to stand there and have an argument with someone, and no one was arguing with me. I want to get out of this shithole. At one point, I know that he so wanted to shout at me. I was right up in his face. I will smash your car window. Why won't you open the gate? The man did not shout at me once. The keys to get out of the gate.
All right, honey, go try those keys.
What fucking key is this?
That's a card key. That card isn't here anymore.
Well, then you won't mind if I do this then, will you?
I was thinking, Rosie, you're insane.
At the time, I didn't feel bad at all. Didn't feel bad. I just cared about getting out of there.
Today, you have shown me that, in fact, you are not 16, you are 6 years old.
Well...
Have your fit, and when we're done, then I'm done with you. I'm done.
No, listen.
I'm done with you.
How do you expect me to talk to you like an adult with respect when you're treating me like I'm... When I sort of realised they weren't going to send me home, I was like, oh my God, what have I done? It's been that horrible and I've got to spend a week with these people. Like, we were on the second day. I was like, oh my God. I am truly sorry. I really regret speaking to you the way I did, and it was completely uncalled for. For the rest of the time that I'm here, I'm going to follow your rules.
With both teens finally ready to cooperate, Ed hoped to shine some light on their issues. Nick was sent to work in a foster home for the day.
You have your mom. I don't have mine, but I'm grateful for what I have.
I'm going to listen to your advice, and I'm going to help my mum more when I get home. Going to the foster home made me appreciate my parents, like, a lot. Like, it made me think about them, and I was just... There was nothing else going through my mind apart from my parents and how you know, badly I've treated both of them. It was just like weight lifted off my shoulders. Like, I felt so good after that.
I do definitely feel proud of myself for lasting the week. Like when Ed and Marta were proud of me, I was like, oh.
I felt differently at the end. I thought, okay, these guys, maybe they do know what they're talking about.
Since I've got back from Puerto Rico, I'm at college now, I'm doing a hairdressing course. I really like it, I really enjoy it. Spending time with the hills, like, I suppose it did make me realise that like, you can, well, anyone really, like can do what they want, but you've just got to work for it.
She knows now that this is the time to work hard, start making a future for myself. And it makes me really, really proud of her that she's doing it now.
I do think I have grown up since I've come back. I do think I have been more responsible. I don't like drink as often as I used to, but I think that's just because there's more to life than like going out and getting drunk and everything.
I can honestly say I worry about Rosie less now. She's obviously realised that her behaviour impacts on all of us. The difference that makes as a household, you know, as a family, is massive.
Before he went to Puerto Rico, Nicholas was lost, absolutely lost. And now he's trying to improve. He's taking life like a man, and that made me very proud.
Since getting back from Puerto Rico, I think I've matured quite a bit. I realised that I need to straighten up my act. So I started looking for work. Could I give you a CV?
Yeah, no worries, dude.
I don't smoke weed anymore. I help out a lot more. My mum wants something done. I don't have a problem with anything. No, I'll just get on with it.
We really feel more like a family with Nicholas around. He is more friendly. He is the Nicholas that I used to know, my little boy. I'm very happy.
Give me a cuddle, go on. It's smart to think about the future. And it's just made me want to, like, you know, achieve what I want, like, be what I want to be. And I can do it. I've proved that to myself.